smash the like button. Tony Khan fears the rise and the momentum of TNA in 2025.
I'm telling you, All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling has hit the bottom of the barrel. These people are comparing TNA to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Which one is it? You want to compare yourselves to the World Wrestling Federation, but you also want to compare yourselves to NXT, a developmental brand. And now you want to compare yourself to TNA, the same brand who was partners with NXT? Man, that is whack. That is low. That is a desperate cry for attention. Now, Con Man, he is throwing shots at TNA about their last show. First of all, don't get mad at TNA and the World Wrestling Federation. They are teaching you how to be partners with other companies. Now, what are my thoughts about Mike Santana losing? Listen, I'm sure he will get another crack at that World Heavyweight Championship. First of all, that was a triple threat match. Also, Joe Hendry lost. So it wasn't just Mike Santana. I'm like, bro, calm down. He will get another crack at that TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And guess what? You never know. He might get that title at an NXT show. That might be a better booked show. That might actually make more sense. How about you beat Trick Williams in his own house, which is NXT? I'm seeing all these loser, all elite fake pro wrestling accounts on Twitter. They are saying that TNA Slammiversary wasn't all that good. They are comparing that show to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. I'm like, why? Bro, you were partners with this company and you buried TNA for your own personal gain. Listen, it's obvious. You're jealous. Tony Khan, he's jealous. You fans of All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, you are all jealous. It's quite obvious. You are mad that Shawn Michaels and Paul Levesque are booking TNA better than you. They are showing you what a partnership looks like, where we put over Joe Hendry, we put over Zarya, we put over Jordan Grace, right? We put over Mike Santana, and now Mike Santana is a sympathetic figure, right? Thanks to Shawn Michaels. This is what a partnership looks like. This is not one-sided, and that pisses off Tony Khan. Now, let's talk about how Tony Khan feels about TNA. I've been telling you this for the past 4 years. He hates TNA. Josh Alexander is a prime example. This man does not like TNA. What about Big Cass? What about John Morrison, Taya Valkyrie? What about Diana Purrazzo and every other ex-TNA Fake Pro wrestler currently signed to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling? What are they doing right now as we speak? They're doing nothing. What about Carl Anderson and Gallows? How come those two men have not signed with All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling? Let's go back 4 years ago. Con Man buried the Good Brothers. Why? Because they were tag team champions from TNA. Tony Khan hates TNA with a passion. Hence why he's jealous of their current success. Because right now, it feels like TNA is more relevant compared to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, thanks to the World Wrestling Federation and their partnership. This is what a partnership looks like. In fact, did Moose ever appear in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling? No, he did not. Imagine having Josh Alexander become a jobber lackey in the Don Callis family. This man was the face of TNA. How about you let that sink in? The face of TNA for the past 4 years has been Josh Alexander. And now he's been labeled a lackey jobber for the Don Callis family. That group is built around Kyle Mother Effin Fletcher. That group is built around Take a Shit, right? What about Josh Alexander, a former world champion of TNA? Where's he at? A jobber in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. You see, Tony Khan, he's pissed off because TNA has more momentum compared to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Hell, AJ Styles is back in TNA, which means AJ Styles will never step foot in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Most likely, AJ Styles will retire in TNA. How about you let this sink in? Joe Hendry had a WrestleMania moment with Randy effing Orton. And guess what? He did that as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. That's called a platform. That's called putting over TNA as a company. That's just crazy, man. Like, why would you try to rain on the parade of TNA last night? By trying to bury them, to put over All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling? Why? You were partners with this company and you didn't do shit with TNA. Whose fault is that? It's your fault. First of all, why are you comparing yourself to NXT, a developmental brand? Why are you comparing yourself to TNA? I thought you were bigger than TNA. Why would you try to rain on their parade? Why are you trying to big bro TNA? Like, why? They are minding their own business, working with a better and bigger company, which is the World Wrestling Federation. All I'm saying is, this sounds like jealousy. You are supposed to be the second biggest brand in the world, and you are pissed off at the success of TNA and NXT? That's called jealousy, man. All I'm saying is, Vince McMahon was not jealous of ECW. Eric Bischoff was not jealous of ECW. That's all I'm saying. There's levels to this. Know your place, know your levels. Are you on the same level as TNA? Are you on the same level as NXT? And if you are, that's a bad thing, because you are supposed to be the second biggest brand in the world, next to the World Wrestling Federation. Like I said, I was the first one to point this out on why Tony Khan hates TNA and why he buries every ex-TNA fake pro wrestler he signs to his company. Big Cass was a star when he was in TNA. Taya Valkyrie was a star. John Morrison was a former world champion in TNA. Where's he at? A jobber. Josh Alexander just came from there. Jobber. Also, TNA just brought in Enzo Amore. That was a great move. Just imagine if Enzo returns to NXT. I guarantee you this, that will happen.